Hello, everybody. David Lott here with another trailer reaction. This time we've got The Mandalorian and Grogu, not another season of the television show. This is an actual movie coming to theaters in May of next year. Anyway, we're going to do a trailer reaction to it, and I say we because I am not alone. Bobby Jackson is also here. How's it going, Bobby?
It's going good, and it feels like it's been forever since we've done anything, let alone a trailer reaction. So it's good to be here,
It
and I'm looking
is good
forward
to
to
be here.
doing this trailer reaction.
It has been a little bit, but you've done a few trailer reactions in the time that I've been gone. I've taken a short break, I
Yeah.
guess you could say, but you've done some.
Well, there were some that came out, and I did want to cover it for the channel because, like you said, it had been a little while, and there was like maybe a handful of trailers that it came out, and then we went dry all of a sudden on trailers. So
Yeah.
this has actually been the first thing in a little while that I feel like, oh, this is kind of cool for us to be able to react to, because some of the other stuff, I don't think it would have had anyone interested in seeing what that trailer was for that particular movie. And we got a lot of movies that are being covered at some of the festivals, but no trailers for that stuff yet. So it's just kind of like been in a waiting period at this point.
Yeah, well, we won't waste much time. We'll get to it. Though I do have a question for you before we start this.
Oh,
I have to ask, what do you, so Mandalorian and Grogu, that's the trailer we're going to do. This is our first, first look at the movie at all.
hmm
Other than I think we saw like a still image at some point a while
yeah.
back, which was basically nothing. It could have been from the show for all I knew. Anyway, this is really going to be our first look at the movie. We also got a poster, and I'm curious to know what you think of the poster. I'll put it up on screen for those watching if you haven't seen it.
Uh, I don't know that I've seen it,
Oh, you haven't seen the
honestly.
poster?
I don't think I've seen the poster. Yeah.
Oh,
I
well then
think
never mind.
well, okay, I'll say this at least. I think I've heard that the poster has a sort of throwback look to it, or at least with the lettering,
Yes.
in terms of maybe having sort of like that kind of old school Flash Gordon kind of 50s serial kind of look to it,
Mm.
which sounds interesting, but without having seen how it looks in an actual poster for this movie, it's hard to say. But I guess I could kind of understand what they're going for. I just don't know how well it works. So, since you have seen it, you seem to have thoughts. So, what do you think?
I mean, I haven't scoured the internet at reactions to this poster. I feel like the reaction is pretty positive. I don't know. I
Oh,
saw it and I don't know. My gut quick reaction was like, it feels like there's something about it that makes me go, I feel like you're trying too hard to
mm,
make this like a cool retro poster. Like it's just something about it that when I think about the show, The Mandalorian so far, it, it doesn't quite vibe or work for me. But this is a nitpicky, who cares kind of react. Like, I mean, who cares about the poster? Doesn't really matter. I care if the movie's good or not. But it was just something I thought about. And I have a feeling you're looking it up now.
I am looking it up now, and I don't know if this is the real one, but it
It
has
probably
like a.
is.
Well, I guess I can put it up on camera to see if this is
Yeah.
the one that you
Yeah,
saw.
that's the
Yeah.
one I've seen.
Okay.
That seems to be the
Um,
real legit poster.
it's interesting, and I'm only just now really seeing it, but I can totally see that style that I was talking about. And I don't know. It's a little busy, maybe, but I can see where you're saying it could be them trying a little hard. First thought is just that it does have that splash kind of look of what you would see like in movies from back in the day when they would have the trailers and you'd
Hmm.
see the credits or the names of people kind of splash across or spin, and like those old black and white movies where it's like noir kind of style. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see where you might be saying they're trying a little bit, but it's a poster,
It's a
so
poster.
I
I
don't.
don't really
I'm
care.
sure they'll. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have more in different styles by the time this movie comes out.
They probably will. But anyway, like I said, let's get to it. This does appear to be really just a teaser trailer. It's a minute or an hour. Yeah. what am I saying? A
Oh, an
minute.
hour. Ooh,
It's an
that's a
hour. If
that's
we're
a
watching
long
the movie.
teaser.
No, it's a minute and a half. A minute 30.
Okay.
Minute 34 to be exact.
Yeah,
So this
that's a
basically seems
teaser
like a
for sure.
teaser. So let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah. Is that the Razor Crest? I thought
That's
it
what it
got
looks like.
destroyed. Hmm. I wonder if that's Baba Freak. Hmm? It sounds like the theme is a little bit modified.
Yeah, definitely.
Impressive.
I think that was Jeremy Allen White's character. Hmm.
Oh, wow, even the logo on the
Oh, see, yeah, that's exactly that look I was talking about where it kind of splashes across the screen.
Good shot, baby.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Thoughts?
The first thing I was thinking as we were just watching that, going right back to our conversation about the poster, is that I'm like, well, the poster does fit the feel of what I'm seeing here. I will say that. It does look very adventure film, kind of fun
Yeah.
adventure movie. Now, it does kind of surprise me that even the logo, as they show it in the trailer, is just like we see it on that poster. Like, part of me is like, I mean, I just said it does work, but then when I see that at the end of the trailer, I'm like, I don't know if I like that logo treatment, but it does. I don't know. The funny thing is like, I know we're getting this in theaters as a Star Wars movie, but I watched that trailer and it seems like it'll be possibly a good, fun Mandalorian film, but it almost seems like something that would just be on Disney Plus and not in theaters in today's day and age, I should say, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I meant to start off also before we jumped into the trailer by kind of saying, for those of you who don't know us that well and don't really know our opinions on The Mandalorian so far, like, I love the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. I'm not saying it's the greatest Star Wars ever or anything, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. The most recent season of The Mandalorian, though, I didn't love, and it's made me going into this movie very skeptical, unfortunately. Even though overall I enjoy The Mandalorian, but it's hard not to think about that last season and feel a little like unsure and uneasy about where we're going from here. Because I was never a big fan of the decision to do a quick turnaround and have Grogu quickly rejoin Din Djarin. Like, I felt like a good ending to season 2, and then they just kind of reverse course is how it felt, and I have been unhappy with that ever since. Anyway. So with that said, I watched this trailer and I won't say there's any, even though it does look like it could be a fun movie overall, I also still find myself going, I can't say I'm excited about it.
I would say, if based on everything you were just mentioning, as far as how you feel about the series and whatnot, just copy and paste that for me as well. And for the trailer, I would think that, or at least my thoughts are that, while I guess it is true, you could say maybe this could be on Disney Plus. I'm sort of in a state where I kind of just miss seeing Star Wars. It feels like it's been forever since there's been anything Star Wars related. I know we had Andor not that long ago, but in a lot of ways, Andor feels removed from Star Wars, even though it is Star Wars. But it doesn't feel like this type of Star Wars, the adventure, like Solo. Solo feels like Star Wars to me, for better or worse. If you didn't like it or whatever, you could at least still say it felt like it a Star Wars universe movie. Andor takes itself very seriously, and I like that as well. And this is more like the appropriate for all ages Star Wars, I guess, and I like that as well too. So
Absolutely, yeah.
this feels more like it's in line with that, and I haven't seen that in a while. So I feel like I want to see that, and if this one to me in a 2 hour movie or however long the runtime is can bring back that feeling I had from the first two seasons of The Mandalorian, then I'm willing and more than happy to go to the theater and pay for it as opposed to just sitting there and watching it on Disney Plus. Because I feel like I might get a better experience out of watching it this one as a movie as opposed to watching it as a season on Disney Plus because of, like you said, coming out of that third season of The Mandalorian, it wasn't as good as the first two, and it could have been almost that could have been the movie as opposed to having a whole season of it, and
Right.
maybe it would have turned out better. So I feel like if they had done this as the season that they initially were going to do as a fourth season, it might have left us in the same kind of position we felt after watching season three. So I'm hoping that with this being a movie, maybe the budget isn't as big in terms of like, them spending 200 million on the movie or however much. Maybe it's less, maybe it's still just a little bit above the budget that they used for the TV series, which was still a decent amount of money and it still looked pretty good. Then I'm okay with that if the story is good and tight and it tells a fun adventure story to kind of whet our appetites for, I guess, the next big thing once they get back into sequelizing the main storyline, or at least hold us over into the Sean Levy movie comes out the within I guess another couple years, maybe 2027. I can't remember
Yeah,
the
I can't
release
remember
date
what
on
they're
that one.
aiming for that.
But yeah, so
You're
what's
talking
that
about
one called?
Starfighter.
Starfighter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least that'll hold us over to that one, which seems like that. Who knows what the ultimate plan is for that one? Maybe that one is supposed to just be like a one off, or maybe they hope that it does well enough that they can build more off of that. But either way, this will hold us over if it's good to that point. And so I'm just kind of ready to see something Star Wars related that could give me that feeling and a fun and adventure again. And hopefully this will do that and get us back on track a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I hope all the same things. And you're right about the feel. Like in terms of being like more like Star Wars for all ages, it definitely looks like that. I mean, yeah, it seems like, I guess maybe my reaction of like, oh, this seems like something that could just be on Disney Plus is that it does in a lot of ways just look like another season of The Mandalorian, except now we're
Mhm.
making it in movie form and we're going to put it in theaters, which is cool. Hey, I like seeing Star Wars in theaters, and I'm all for
Yeah.
that.
And especially because, again, if it's good, you get the experience out of it too. Because when you're watching it at home, you're watching it by yourself or maybe with another person or something. But
Hmm.
to see something like this with a group of people, if it's a good movie and being able to be with Star Wars fans in the theater again, enjoying something, that's a special feeling, and it's a feeling I miss. And so it would be nice on that level because I remember when the first season of Mandalorian came out. I don't know that this was a big discussion or anything, but I remember people being excited by the look of it in terms of it didn't feel like a huge step down from what the movie's visual effects look like and how well it translated. And
Right.
to thinking that people were saying like, "Oh, I would go to the theater and watch each episode each week, and and pay and watch it in a big theater with a crowd." Well, I feel like this is that opportunity now is to watch this next season of Mandalorian with a crowd of people who are familiar with the show. And that's the thing. I don't know how well it'll do outside of the people who are already familiar with the show, if it's kind of walling itself off because there's people who aren't familiar with the Disney Plus series and maybe are hesitant to go watch a movie of it. But at the very least, that's not our problem. I think we'll go in there with a lot of people who are familiar with it and
Yeah.
have that vibe and fun with the movie. Hopefully that it's good.
I could see too, though, like people, let's say they're sitting in a movie theater watching trailers, and this is a trailer that pops up, and they haven't watched the show. I think, I think I could see a lot of people being like, "Well, that just looks entertaining and looks fun. I'll go see it." Maybe they'll ask friends, "Do I really need to watch the show before I watch this?" And I won't be shocked if leading up to it, there'll be a lot of that during like kind of the press campaign, like from Jon Favreau and such, like, hey, like, do people need to have watched the show? And I bet the line will be, no, not necessarily. You could watch this movie and enjoy it without having seen the show. It kind of seems like, for the most part, the story might be set up in a way where even if you haven't watched the show at all, you probably would still be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would say just to hedge my bets on that, if I was Disney, I would be showing this on ABC, like the first two or first three seasons on ABC, on
Yeah.
all their affiliated channels that they have, because I think they did maybe do that at one point. They showed one of the season, maybe the first season on ABC, after the second season was either out or about to premiere. I thought maybe they did something like that.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
one thing I noticed that I've been seeing, and I don't know how this is working in the way that it is, but I'll be at the gym and I'm on the treadmill and I'm looking up at the TVs, and one of the TVs is on, I'd say it's maybe TBS or TNT. I don't know which one it is, but I saw the most recent season of Daredevil playing on that station, and I was like, "Well, how is this a thing? How is this happening?" And it wasn't just that; it was another show. I don't recall what it was, but it was another Disney Plus series that was being shown on one of those stations like TBS or
Hmm.
TNT, or I don't know, FX maybe. It could have been FX. But either way, it was like not on Disney Plus. They weren't showing it on Disney Plus. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I didn't know this was a thing, and they're definitely not advertising it like it was a thing. So I'm kind of curious how that works. But either way, that's another avenue that they could do is like they have FX, and they could show the Mandalorian seasons on FX right now or on ABC for people who don't have Disney Plus and they want more people to try at least come out to go see this movie. It may not get everybody, but I'm sure it would get some people more than what
Yeah.
it would get currently right now who have no access at all if they're not watching Disney Plus. So, no, it's just different ways you want to try and bring in that audience if they have no exposure to it at all.
Right. Well, we've still got a little bit of time. What is that, like 8 months away? May 22nd. I think it's almost not exactly 8 months. But anyway, yeah, we got some time. That was just a teaser. Probably get a little bit of time before we get a full length trailer. But
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to it. We've got another trailer drop in. What, tomorrow? 2 days from
What's
now?
that? I hadn't heard
Two
about
day,
that.
2 days from now. What's today? Today is Monday, right? I'm all thrown off.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wednesday we're getting another final trailer for Wicked for Good. I think on Wednesday.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
something we've seen before, nothing new, but might do a trailer reaction to that. We'll see.
Yeah.
With that, anything else before we wrap up?
No, I guess just that I'm happy that they at least dropped a little something, because it felt like it's been a while since they've had something put together for one of their events. I don't know if it would have been D23 actually it's not D23, it's something else, but it's called D23. I think it's like D23 Showcase or something. Um, or one of the other Star Wars Celebration, one of the two. They had something already for the crowd. So it's like, okay, I'm glad you guys have finally put something out. Granted, they got that early and now is the time, but I think this was a good time to be able to at least say, hey, we got this coming out. So at least put people on notice. And from what that little bit that we got, I'm glad to see that it looks like this will be action, adventure, and kind of a fun movie. And one of the things that I saw a lot of in that was a lot of creatures. And I
Mhm.
always loved Star Wars design creatures and getting to see them and see how they play off in the movie. So that's always an exciting part to me. And I did see for a quick second, look like Zeb from
Yeah,
was in the trailer from
Rebels.
Rebels. Yeah, I was trying to think of the name. So he was in there as well. So looking forward to seeing him in the live action form. Although we did get him a little bit, and I guess it was what, season 3, maybe season 2. So I think it might have been season 2
I think it
of
was
the
season
Mandalorian.
2, yeah, if I
Yeah,
remember
yeah. So
correctly. Here it was, I mean, in season 2, it was like just a little dialogue with him and, well, like in a
yeah,
bar or something. Here you like
exactly.
definitely see some action with him. So,
Yeah, yeah. Looking forward to that.
all right. Well, for those of you new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. We would love to have you. Also, help us out. Hit that thumbs up, like button, and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever we post any more reactions or any other videos in the future. And with that, I'm David Lott.
Bobby Jackson.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.
See ya.